Mr. McCurdy, we are live.
We are live. We are live, Miss.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
McCurdy and I are both uh, about to dive under the weather. So,
We are both very sick.
yeah, I'm not.
We just
I,
do not
I, I
feel
think
good.
I'm. I think I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and that's when I'm gonna be really sick. But up
Ah,
until right now is where it's heating up. But on a lighter, more significantly more positive note, about 10 months of doing this has finally paid off. Hopefully, literally, probably not. We may finally make upwards of $10 a month
yes,
talking about movies.
yes, we made it.
So,
$10
yeah.
a month,
And that's $10 of which 5 goes to YouTube. So, thanks everybody.
and I don't
Uh
see a cent of.
yeah, yeah.
I don't see any of that money.
You can,
That just
McCurdy,
goes
you can write
directly
all
to
that off.
Charlie's pocket.
Someday
Directly
I'll mail you a couple
to
pennies.
Charles' pocket.
I'll say thanks for the research.
It's
Solid
been,
stuff.
yeah, I need $1 for my research. Like just every
Yeah,
video, just a
I'll
buck.
send you
Send me a buck 50.
Ken Dens, who does our thumbnails.
Yes.
I send him some whiskey here and there, so keeps him happy, and that's probably what fuels his work. Real quick, I think Nikolai
Nikolai's
has been
probably been
with
our
us from the
first,
start.
very
I don't
beginning.
know how he found us. I have
No, I
no
have no
clue.
idea.
But Nikolai, you've been with us a while. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nikolai.
QWERTY Manor, you're the man. K1. I'm just
K1,
gonna speed through. Everybody's awesome. Huevos, France, YouTube.
Huevos,
Alfred,
Alfred,
Valkyrie. We should just call him Valkyrie. Zombie
Valkyrie,
Mammoth. We got Vuck, good old Vuck Babalo, and then of
and
course
Blast
Ethan Blastoise
Toys.
Toys. So that's
Yeah,
sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, but
but
that's
those have
everybody who
been the,
usually chimes in and argues with us the
yeah.
most. So, which real quick on that note, yeah, GoldenEye, it's it's getting through the second round of approval. So
It's
MGM already told us to F off.
yeah.
Now it's going through the second round where I'm like fair use, fair use, fair use, and then that's usually when they go, okay, it's fine. And so I'm waiting for it to be all clear so that there are no more deletions like in the past. But GoldenEye's the episode where
We get a little. We're not very nice.
everybody
We're
I
not
just
very
named,
nice.
I yell to a lot. But like, obviously, at the end of the day, that's what this whole show is about. So I hope if I call any of you out specifically, just hit the keyboard and smack me back. But that's the only little GoldenEye caveat I have. But
Yeah.
yeah, otherwise
Just
you're
yeah.
all awesome.
It's a big apology. I feel like we owe it to you guys because you guys have made the channel what it is. So I'm sorry we disagree with you, but
But we're not
but
sorry about what happens.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I but we do respect and we do love the fact that you guys have been listening to us for the 10 months or however long you've been listening to us. So we appreciate it. It's just been an on and off journey. That's been crazy. We've only done this for 10 months. We used to
Yeah.
do it more in the beginning and then has kind of not, I wouldn't say fizzled out. It's just been
Well,
take
yeah.
longer and longer.
The first episode we made in a day, and that shows. And
Yeah.
GoldenEye took 3 months. So, and that's like 3 months to kind of prepare, like to prepare for it, and then to shoot it, and then to put it together. And there's always stuff that gets in the way, but including MGM. But it's finally on its way out, and then hopefully we can kind of steam through the Brosnan era and the Craig era, and
Which should be good because
pick something else.
we've already recorded Tomorrow Never Dies. We've already
Yeah,
talked about it, so we're on to World Is Not Enough and Die Another Day, hopefully sooner rather than later, and we can get through those fairly
hopefully we're not
quickly.
deathly ill and have to
Dying.
pause it. But yeah, so I mean, we probably don't need to banter any more than a couple more minutes.
Let's
But if
banter.
you guys want to help us out, well, yeah, sure, I'll hang out. If you
Yeah.
guys want to help us out, click some ads. I honestly don't know how it works yet. I don't know if it's like people watching ads or if they have to click it. But like, you know, if you don't want to join a Patreon that we don't have, click some ads. you might send us like 2 cents whenever you do that, and then half that
Yes.
goes to YouTube. So, but yeah,
So
it's been fun.
Charlie,
It's been a fun year.
what has been your favorite episode?
Uh, I think Octopussy.
Octopussy was your favorite?
I think so. I just because I have fun with the little, jokey fan edits that I'll put in there, and that one just had a lot. That and maybe like For Your Eyes Only just had a lot of that,
I
and
liked I liked
that's where I have
Moonraker.
fun.
I had fun doing
Yeah,
Moonraker because it's just I think everybody was just on agreement on how silly that movie is, but I think
yeah,
like a lot of people obviously really like that episode too. So,
yeah.
but also it's just I think Moonraker. It just goes to show that like I know we're ranking these on how we feel. Like we're like this movie's good, this movie's bad, but like at the end of the day, I think people just really enjoy that movie in particular. So that's one I
It's
like
the
that. Yeah,
most popular. It
yeah,
it has the most views. It's the most sought out. Like search volume everybody loves Moonraker, and I think it kind
yeah,
of goes to show that we it's like you have fans and then you have Bond fans, and the
yeah,
Bond fans are the ones who uh are they're like, oh, like if they don't like the Goofy, they're like, why? And people who aren't Bond fans are like, whatever, it's fun, and that's kind
yeah,
of what I try to put into our discussions, which is like, it's not, I say it in several episodes, like to just take all the Goofy and add it up is it's not as fun as talking about the story or letting all these other things weigh in,
yeah,
and because like Goofy can be really enjoyable, or as I've pointed out in the past, it can be stupid. When it goes stupid, that's negative. But if it's goofy and fun, if it makes you laugh, if it's enjoyable, I'm never gonna use that to dock. In the same way that I'll never say, oh, it had bad special effects, or like we talked about the miniatures in Goldeneye.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Like
may be
those
obvious
things I
here and
can
there.
look
They
past.
never weigh in for me.
No, there's sometimes when that stuff does weigh on the movie, and then there's times when I'm like,
Yeah.
eh, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
But so GoldenEye's coming out hopefully this week. Yeah,
Uh,
hopefully.
the second appeal went. I sent it like an hour ago,
Okay.
so I planned on it coming out Wednesday, but I'm not going to put it out there until it's guaranteed to not suddenly disappear.
Yeah, okay.
So and it could be upwards of a month, which would be terrible, but like right now nobody can watch it anyway, so it's not up to me.
So-
I hope that now it'd be great if now we have somebody who could, I think now that we're in the partnership program, I can chat with YouTube directly and say, how can I avoid this in the future? Can you call up Michael, please? Can you call up Barbara and give us a hall pass for the next, several months? So, but I don't know. If anybody out there is related to the Broccolis, please.
Can you just yeah, I can just I mean, I
But
don't know if
there's
that's
some
not gonna
idiots
work.
who want to talk about
That's
Bond.
not gonna work either because we talk too much shit about Michael G. Wilson, or at least I
Yeah.
do.
Well, it's like even like we were saying, everybody who regularly wrestles with us in the comments, it's like boxing. We punch the crap out of each other, and then we hug at the end. That's really. I mean, I know I go on rants about hipsters who love Secret Service, um, but I don't know. It's all in good fun. It's always in good fun. So the Broccoli's, hopefully would know that, but they'll probably never see this. So whatever.
No, no, but I mean, in all reality, though, it's like I do enjoy finding out like who came up with what idea and like
Yeah.
how did this thing come to creation. I always love that stuff. That's usually why I love all the history stuff when we do these episodes or like doing that because I
Yep.
like figuring out like, oh yeah, this movie's super complicated, Michael. You know,
Yeah.
those little
He's like
things. I love that
clearly like,
stuff.
and reading through all the books, which when we get to these latter two Craig movies, you and I have a lot to talk about as far as the On Her Majesty's Secret Service novel is concerned, because so far all the complaints about the movie that I have are all that stuff is fine in the book. So it's a poor adaptation. That's somewhat pre Michael G. Wilson taking over. But he reading the books though, he
Are you talking about No
clearly
Time to Die, or are you talking about
Spectre and No
you're
Time to
talking about
Die.
Spectre? Well, I mean,
My
there's a
my
lot we're
thoughts
going
on
to
what
talk
they should
about.
have been.
That's
Yeah, my
also going to
thoughts on
go
what
tie
should have
back.
been.
The Thunderball fiasco is also going to tie back into when we get to Spectre.
Yeah.
So, and Casino Royale. So, we'll have a
You
lot to
killed
talk
off
about.
Blofeld. Just let him be dead. Just
There's a
leave
lot
him
we're going to talk
dead.
about.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next couple episodes. It'll probably be another year till we finish this whole series the way that's been going. What I find is ironic, because like you look at how long these movies took to make.
Yeah.
Sean Connery did 6 movies, right? But he did like 4 or 5. He did 5 of them within 6 years.
And
And
we
then you
did
take
all his
Daniel
movies in
Craig.
like a week.
Daniel Craig took 20 years to do 5 movies.
Yeah.
Was that right? Or 15 years to do 5 movies. Connery did 5 movies in 5 years or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, and then just as much as this podcast is like, we used to do these, like, it almost took us a week. We do a week,
Weekly.
we shoot one, and then we'd have it out. And now it's like
Yeah.
we're taking longer because we're trying to get these to be better and better. But like now it's taking longer time between each episode. I'm dying.
Like normally I edit that all those coughs. Your coughs, I have to go do a pass to eliminate, and obviously with like a live stream like
I'm
this,
dying.
it's all in there. It's all raw. But
No.
and even down to simple stuff like that, like trimming out ums and uhs and interruptions, and that it just makes for a smoother listening and viewing experience, and it's worth the time to do that. It's like maybe a little bit too perfectionist, but it makes this stuff, it puts it in a position to where it's more enjoyable, even for multiple viewings. So, but yeah, the irony, to your point, is that we used to crank these out, and just like with Eon, they took 6 years, a 6-year break, and before GoldenEye came out, and we've taken a 2-month break.
Yeah.
To get GoldenEye out.
It's taking longer.
We're literally reflecting the production history of the franchise itself,
yeah,
which is kind of funny. So, yeah.
But maybe we can crank these next couple really quick, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
If, it helps when people
I think you could do it.
If I could make $5 a month off of these, help us out.
It's going to happen.
Just help us out. Yeah. But there right now there's ads on our stuff. So I only saw one. I saw Wendy's ad. So that's what they target me with is
Wendy's. I love Wendy's
fast food. Yeah. Oh, I was quite pleased that was the cherry breaking ad was Wendy's. So
hey, I like Wendy's. I like spicy chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Anyway, well, for me, that's all I had to say. Wait, we've already gone 13 minutes. We were supposed to go like 5 minutes. This is
Who
very
cares?
indicative of how we
Who
talk.
Cares?
I'll keep hanging out. But that's all. So far, that's all I had to say. Just wanted
Who
to
cares?
thank
our
regulars and
thank you everybody. And I want to thank my family. I know that sounds like you're thanking your family. Really? This isn't the Oscars. This isn't the Oscars. But in case my wife or somebody starts to watch this, they're gonna be like, "What?" I want to thank my family and thank my friends, especially my friends who've been, who've supported this, and especially my family who's, they're like, "Oh, Ryan's gonna go record the podcast." Okay, like we'll let him go get his 2 hours. It turns into 4 hours of just sitting in a room yelling at Scott or you or Nans, usually you, about just the dumbest thing, which are James Bond movies, which won't always be the case, unfortunately. I know some people are like, "Wait, what? You guys aren't gonna?" Because there's only 25 of these movies. We gotta go on to something else. So
we picked the longest franchise possible for some reason.
Probably do
we
first.
Still don't know. Yeah,
and then we'll do something else. But we have an idea what we're wanting to do, but we probably won't say until we're closer to that.
Yeah, I hesitate to open that up to a vote because I don't know. there seems to be a certain direction we should go in. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, I don't want to turn this into an Oscar thing. We have 1,000 subs, which is great. But but all the same, I agree. My family certainly helped me with this. But also you, McCurds, I most certainly couldn't have. I I run the channel from this side of things, so couldn't have done it without the rest of you geeks geeking out with me. So
Yeah. And
I appreciate it, bro.
And I thank you for, putting us on and doing, like, Charlie, you do all the heavy lifting, really. I mean, you're the one who's editing every episode, managing the channel, so.
That's why I get the $5.
You get the $5.
$5 is mine. Okay.
I only asked for $1.50, all right?
All right, cool.
So.
Wait, no. We can't. That's missable. Yeah, a handshake deal through a StreamYard meetup. But yeah, it's hopefully we can hopefully we can finish up Bond and have a again we always talk about how it's like everybody has their personal preferences with their own list, right? Their own ranked list. And the fun about the show is to pit all of that against each other. And because somebody always has that rando. As we always say, for you, Secret Service is high. For me, Golden Gun is high. Everybody has their rando, but we pit all that against each other to hopefully have, by the end, a just a solid, like people
somewhat objective list.
I
a somewhat objective list,
but I can see the objectivity in your list, and then especially if you go back and watch the show, and it's every installment is where it's like carefully and meticulously placed where it's finally placed.
Yeah.
And that's what's fun about it is that by the end we'll either have of any given ranking, we'll either have a milquetoast like average rank of just a like a average, or something that that's maybe different than people were expecting. It's kind of hard to know until you go through it, but it's a really fun process. It's been
I think for me it's like someone who's been wanting to be in filmmaking and still is in filmmaking. I think it's fun just to like not only the behind the scenes but actually just going through and watching these movies for so many weird reasons, like from film history reasons, where you can see the progression of how movies have been you go from Dr. No and then to what we're watching, the last movie was Tomorrow Never Dies. It's like, wait, how did we get here? Like that's just crazy to me. All of the special effects, how acting has changed, like all these little intricacies about making movies is always cool to just kind of like pick apart and being like, oh yeah, the writing in this was like this because of the time, or because like the story in this was really good, and then kind of seeing how like even though this movie was made now, it still doesn't compare to this movie that was made then, and vice versa. It's kind of cool.
Well, like we were saying, there's the all of as you say all of that, I again think of how the evolution of the show has followed that same trend, where if you watch the Dr. No episode, which is embarrassing, and then you suddenly click to License to Kill, it's just a world's difference in how the whole show is put together. In every way that you could lay out, as you just did with the Bond series specifically. So that's what's kind of fun, is that we're kind of following, as we're commenting on how Bond evolved, this show is kind of being birthed and evolving, and who knows where it'll go. Who knows what we could do with this going forward. But this is just the first step. So on that note, we don't need to go into 20 minutes.
No, I don't, and I can't even toast anybody because I didn't bring anything.
And I don't want to lower my immunity any further than I did over Thanksgiving. And I was hanging out with all the little kids of the family, and I feel the germs growing.
That'll do it in
right here. So I'm not drinking either. So let's just like
fist bump, pound it, and then we're toasting or fist bumping to everybody who's helped the channel, because without you guys, we couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave with Nikolai up because
Yeah.
Nikolai's just been with us from the
He gets
giddy up.
he gets the
So
no prize, but it's the prize.
yeah, yeah. Even though he
So
likes Secret Service, but
you get a A
I'll
plus in my
continue to
book,
hold
buddy.
that against him. All right.
All right.
Feel better.
Yes, you too.
Yeah. All right. See you, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye bye.